What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to the first official episode. I think we're on season 3 now of the Chop Block Sports Talk. We are on season 3 of the Chop Block Sports Talk, man. We are very, very excited to be here. Apollo's in the house. I was actually wondering whether or not he got the link. I was actually going to text it to him. So, guys, so here's the rundown. Here's the rundown, guys. We're going to do a soccer minute, okay? Then we're going to talk about free agency. We're going to do our award predictions, and this is going to be in no particular order. We're going to give our hot takes. We're going to talk Micah Parsons and the drama down in Dallas. By the way, I highly recommend watching that documentary on the Cowboys Netflix. Yeah, it's actually very, very good, and it actually sheds it. Anyway, I would recommend watching it. We'll talk about Rashee Rice, who accepted a 6-game ban today for the thing with the Lamborghini last year. We're going to have our way too early playoff predictions. We're going to talk Super Bowl predictions. We're also going to predict our division leaders, and we are going to get into our week 1 picks. So let's go ahead and get this party started here with the with the soccer minute. All right, Joel, take us away here, man.
Soccer minute, man. You know, when you have so much to talk about, you get what's it called? Analysis paralysis.
Yes, paralysis by analysis.
Right, so I want to start with my conclusion. So when we last left off, we had the U.S. had just played Jamaica. We had a year to go before the World Cup. We played a couple of great games versus Jamaica. Pochettino's in. Things were looking good. Then the summer happened.
Oh, God.
So my conclusion for the summer is that 10 months away from a World Cup,
right?
I have, with the best a home World Cup, mind you.
Yes.
The best generation of talent we've ever had, with possibly the biggest name coach we've ever had, I have zero confidence in this U.S. team to do anything at the World Cup.
Wow.
After the summer, we are left with way more questions than we have answers. So my questions aren't who's going to start up top. You know, is Pulisic going to stay healthy? Who's our goalkeeper going to be? I wish those were the questions I had. My questions are, is Mauricio Pochettino a puppet for MLS? Is he just collecting his $6 million and whatever? Is he a misunderstood genius? Is everyone just incompetent? Are the players committed? Those are the types of questions we're asking right now.
Okay.
So let me take you a bit through the timeline.
Okay.
After we left off, we played the Nations League. We brought our A roster to the Nations League, and we were absolutely destroyed. We got beat by Panama for the 4th straight time.
Oh my
and
God.
then we lost to Canada. So we finished 4th in a 14 tournament. Then came the Gold Cup, and all hell kind of broke loose. Mauricio Pochettino, mind you, this was the last chance for this team to come together in a competitive environment before the World Cup.
Right.
Nobody came. Mauricio Pochettino called up a bunch of MLS guys. There was a guy named Patrick Agyman. Donovan, you remember Baby Bambi trying to stand up?
Yeah.
When I tell you that's what this guy looked like on the field, he looked like a baby giraffe trying to walk for the first time. It's incredible. I don't know what the hell the line of thinking is here. I don't see a clear plan for Pochettino developing. And, sorry, I'm just trying to go through my list here.
No, you're good.
Yeah, so the Gold Cup, we lost to the worst Mexican team we've seen in generation. Yeah, he says it right there. The Benny lad, the Gold Cup was a disaster. It was horrible. What else can I say about the summer? There was drama. Pulisic just said, no, I'm not coming. So he took the summer off. So, it gets you wondering if players are committed. Musa also said, I'm not coming. The only guy that really has stood for the U.S., and this guy, give him his flowers, is Tyler Adams. Mauricio Pochettino handed the armband and say, this is your team going into 2026.
Okay.
That needs to happen immediately. There were some good things that came out of the Gold Cup. Malik Tillman finally gave us confidence that in the absence of Gio Reyna, we may have a creative presence in midfield.
Okay, that's very good.
Diego Luna was a standout player, and Chris Richards really solidified himself in the defensive line.
Okay.
But other than that, Serginho Dest was called in and was let go back. He went back home. Tim Weah didn't show up. Weston McKennie was in the World Cup. And, it was really a mess. And now, here comes the September window, which the roster just was announced yesterday. And you have this roster that's in front of us. And
yeah.
City.
So let's go through it. And that's the thing. I remember when you actually sent this to me recently. The one name that I did not see on here was Gio Reyna. And so what's going on with him?
Well, okay, so let me go through some of the summer transfers that happened, which were good.
Okay.
Gio Reyna last week finally completed a transfer out of Dortmund. He just reported today to he had his first practice at Borussia Mönchengladbach. Hope I'm saying that right. Where he's going to play with Joe Scally, they're best friends. So hopefully that'll be a good boost for Gio to finally get good minutes and start playing properly. I don't blame Pochettino for not calling up Gio Reyna because Gio has barely played over the last year. We haven't seen him.
Yeah, he's always hurt.
Yeah, he's always hurt. He was just not. I think he went to the Club World Cup with Dortmund, and he got a total of 12 minutes in like 5 games.
Jesus, man.
So, he needed to get out of Dortmund, and luckily he did. Musa today was just announced. He went to Atalanta in Italy for 25 million. If you ask me, they're overpaid for him. Weah went back to France, and Johnny Cardoso. The biggest transfer we had was Johnny Cardoso going to Atletico Madrid.
Okay, all right.
Now we have a starter. He's a starter at Atletico Madrid, and he is not in this roster. So let's go through it. If you can bring it back up on the screen, the goalkeepers I'm not too concerned about. Matt Freese is going to be the number one. Jonathan Klinsmann, yeah, he is the son of Jurgen Klinsmann.
Okay.
You might remember him from his famous tweet saying "ha ha ha ha" when Landon Donovan was left out of the World Cup roster.
I actually do remember that.
Yeah. Then let's go through here. Sorry, my light just kind of went off on me.
Yeah, you're all right.
There's a good thing on the defense. Noah Banks is called. He's a promising 18-year-old.
Okay.
And Serginho Dest is back. I cannot understate how big that is for this team to have Serginho Dest back.
Yeah.
But Max Arston, he was crap during the Gold Cup. Completely awful. Okay. He got cooked by a Guatemalan player. Tristan Blackman's a guy we've never seen, but he's never really stood out in MLS. I don't know what he's doing there. I have a theory.
What club does he play for on him? Because I've heard his name tossed around, but I've never seen him associated with an MLS team.
He plays for the Vancouver Whitecaps. She'll have a conspiracy
theory. That explains it. Okay, all right.
We'll go through it at the end.
Okay.
Alex Finian, not great. I would have rather have seen Joe Scally on this roster. And then Tim Ream and Chris Richards, they're the two givens. They should be there. They're our starters. They're probably going to be the starters on World Cup Day 1. So they should be there. Reason why they should. But there's players left out of here, like Anthony Robinson. Right now, he's kind of nursing an injury, so that I understand. But where's Joe Scally? Do you think he makes it
back for the World Cup?
What's that?
Do you think Robinson makes it back for the World Cup or no?
Absolutely, hopefully, yeah. He actually played last week, but he's just starting to back.
Okay, so they've got I guess they've got him on like a pitch count to sort of, Yeah,
a little bit. I expect to see him here in October. Let's see who else. Nathan Harriel. Nathan Harriel is a guy who got absolutely cooked. I mean, Donovan, when I say he was embarrassed by 15-year-old Kevin Sullivan, is not an understatement. What? So, it leaves you wondering, what the hell is Pochettino thinking? Then we go to the midfield. Nepotism and former coaches seems to be the name of the game because Tyler Adams obviously
there. Another Berhalter, yes.
Son of Greg Berhalter.
We can't get away, dude. I swear to God, we hire Mauricio Pochettino. We can't get away from Klinsmann's or Berhalters.
No, we can't. No, we can't. We keep getting haunted by them.
Is he any good?
Yeah, he wasn't horrible in the Gold Cup, but the Gold Cup you're playing Guatemala and Trinidad.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Right now we're gonna face Japan and South Korea, which with this roster we're gonna get cooked. Then you have Luke De La Torre, who's not been great over the last year and a half. Diego Luna should be there. He stood out during the Gold Cup. Jack McGlynn. Okay, Jack McGlynn could take some free kicks, but other than that, I'd rather see somebody else there. Give me Malik Tillman or anybody else, really.
Okay.
And Sean Zawadzki, don't get this guy's like Nathan Harriel. I don't know what the hell this guy's doing here. Another MLS guy from Columbus, never really shown anything great.
The Columbus Crew.
Yeah, the Columbus Crew. I don't know what he's doing there. Damian Downs, okay, for lack of, there's nobody else to call up. So fine, bring in Damian Downs, who was okay. He's a promising prospect. You got Pulisic, you got Sargent, you got Weah, and you got Zendejas. They should all be there. A late addition to this roster was just announced a few minutes ago. Is Fuller Balogun? He will be there.
Thank God. Oh my God, dude! I was gonna say, okay. So Balogun is gonna make sure we don't.
Yeah, but my question is: so we have a good group of forwards, or an okay group of forwards, but who the hell's gonna get him the ball? That midfield is garbage. Had you right? That's another big miss. Cardoso, McKennie.
Dude, yeah, Weston McKennie. Why don't we have? Oh my God! Oh my goodness!
Nobody knows. We don't know. Mauricio Pochettino gave us the song and dance about this is the last chance he has to see, any players before he really starts dialing in the roster. I'm sorry, that chance should have been the Nations League in March.
Yeah, right.
If we had 2 years till the World Cup. But I mean, you see the dismay in the fan base just from the comments.
Yeah, man, dude, it looks like the sentiment. You're literally like, dude, like no. And so this is why you don't expect the United States to do anything. Here's another thing, Joel. I have heard that the World Cup, it's obviously going to be in North America. I've heard that this could quite possibly be the biggest sporting event in the history of the world.
That is true.
I've heard hyperbole thrown out like that. What are your thoughts on that?
I absolutely think it will be. This is the first tournament with 48 teams instead of 32. There's more countries than ever before. It's in the United States. Even to this day, the biggest World Cup ever was 1994 in the United States.
Chicago, yeah. The old goal.
This is going to be a fantastic World Cup. Whatever the U.S. ends up doing, it's going to be great. The comment there, I got to talk about that.
God.
Where's Heung-min Son? Heung-min Son's a superstar out of England. He's Korean. He will play probably against the U.S. But it was hilarious. He's now playing for Los Angeles LAFC. And this is why soccer's not taken seriously in the United States. Because, and I should have found the clip beforehand, the mayor of LA gets out there in the introductory press conference to introduce him, because he's a big name coming to the U.S. To LA. Mm-hmm. And she tells him, not to add any pressure on you, but here in LA, when the World Cup comes around, we expect a win for the United States. So no pressure.
Oh my God.
This guy's South Korean. So, according to the mayor of LA, it'd be great if we could have him on our team and Messi and Mueller and all the other superstars that play in MLS. It'd be great. But unfortunately, that's not the case.
Does she not know that Lionel Messi he's Argentinian and he is on the defending? Jesus.
This is why soccer is not taken seriously around the world. American soccer is not. So, I'll go back to my conclusion. Until Mauricio Pochettino shows me a clear plan, and I'm going to take him at his word in his press conference that this is the last camp that he's going to take a look at new faces. If in October he doesn't bring the A roster, then I'm checking out almost, because this is ridiculous.
Wow. So realistically speaking, how do you think we do in the World Cup? I mean, do you think do we even advance? Do we crash out? Like, what's your?
Well, look, I think we'll advance. I'm going to give.
We can have a group play
out, and know that it would be an embarrassment for Mauricio Pochettino to coach at a World Cup and have his team win poorly. So his instinct of survival leads me to think that he will ultimately pick the best team. Okay. And if he picks the best team, he should advance out of our group, especially given that we're at a pot one. We can talk about the draw later, but we shouldn't face a Brazil and Argentina, Spain, and France in the group stages. It could be tough. We might get an Ecuador and Italy, or even a Germany at this point, but we should be the top seed in that group, so we should advance. Realistically, all right. The pundits out there are going to tell you that quarterfinals are acceptable. To me, they're not. We need to do something. This is a home World Cup. We have the most talented generation we've ever had. This team needs to do something they've never done before so that they can actually earn that golden generation moniker that we put on them 4 years ago. Because so far they've shown and they've done nothing. Oh, this is it right here.
So this is the clip right here that Miami J was talking about. This is the major. Oh my God! Hold up. I'm so sorry. My bad. Sorry about that. This is the mayor. Oh my God! Freudian slip there of Los Angeles. Listen to this.
Let's give it up because this is the right time to bring the right person, and no pressure, but when we, you know what I'm gonna say, right? But when a World Cup comes, we're expecting a win here in Los Angeles for the USA, aren't we, everybody? And there you go. And so we're here to support you to get that done. So welcome. I bought something because my grandma taught me don't go somewhere without bringing a gift. So here you go.
Dude, this bitch.
How smart is LAFC? Let's give it.
You know, the funny thing about that, Joel, is that this is why people don't take American soccer seriously, because our fan base is ignorant. What are we doing?
I remember like 8 years ago when Sebastian Schweinsteiger came to play for the Chicago Fire, and a Chicago reporter asked him if now that he's here, can the Chicago Fire win the World Cup?
Unbelievable.
Oh, God.
Oh my God. Wait, hold on. She asked him if he thought the Chicago Fire could win the World Cup. Oh my God. Oh my God.
True statement. And I sit here and I wonder, the casual observer, the people who don't really know soccer, what the hell goes through their mind when they hear all this stuff? So I'd be very interested to know, Blaze, what do you think of all this?
Yeah, what are your thoughts, man?
I think it's a joke, and most people think America is just so far above everyone else, so they believe, oh, we should get a World Cup. But dude, all of our best athletes are going to football, basketball, baseball. That's what it is.
Can you imagine? I think we might have had a conversation like this back in season 2. Could we imagine if our best think about the greatest athletes America has to offer. Like, we have some of the greatest athletes in the world. They choose to play, American football, basketball, baseball. Sometimes if they're from Canada, they go up and play. Dude, we even got niggas playing hockey, man. You know what I'm saying? And so I ask myself, what if a guy like Tony Romo's a fantastic athlete. Odell Beckham Jr., dude, he had a 400-foot home run, and I think he kicked like a 50-yard field goal or something. Can you imagine if we had like LeBron James as like a midfielder or even a goalie? Can you imagine what Team USA would be like if our best athletes actually decided to play soccer?
Donovan, here's the thing. We don't have to imagine it. We see it in the women's game. Our female athletes.
Oh, very good point.
We absolutely dominate the female soccer landscape. The best league in the world in the United States. We have the most World Cup and Olympic titles. Now, here's the thing: if that became the case, it's not to say that we would have a national team with LeBron James and Odell Beckham Jr. and Jamar Chase. It may not be those guys that make it through. It may be the fifth round pick into the NBA who played in Duke, who had fantastic footwork and great vision, but was too short. He might develop into a great soccer player. It's about these younger athletes prioritizing the sport of soccer.
Right.
And when new superstars would come up to the forefront, if our athletes, if LeBron and Odell Beckham and all these guys had prioritized soccer, we may have never heard their names. It might have been somebody else.
Very true.
But the U.S. would absolutely dominate the world landscape when it came to soccer. If our athletes prioritize soccer over the NFL, football and basketball and baseball, absolutely, without a question.
Okay. I think so. Now, Manny. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, I'm a little slow in the uptake there. So Manny, the Manny lad, says I think you guys make the first round, make the first knockout round.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that? Do you think we at least make it out of group play?
I think we will make it out of group play, and
But you wouldn't be surprised if we did not.
At this point, right now, today, no, I would not be surprised if we didn't.
Yeah. Oh,
Having said that, here's the problem. The problem is our soccer media is already telling us that the bare minimum is to make it out of our group, right?
Okay.
So if we barely make it out of our group and we face a, I don't know, Colombia,
Portugal, okay.
Then they're going to say, well, no, we played Colombia, a great team, and we lost. But, we achieved the bare minimum. No,
right.
I'm sorry. This World Cup is different, okay? This is a home World Cup, and this is the best generation we've ever had. We need to do something that we've never done before. To me, that is semifinals or bust.
Wow, semifinals. So in other words, for success for you in the World Cup means that the United States makes the Final Four.
I'm sorry, you cut out there for me.
So success for you as far as the World Cup is concerned is for the United States to make the Final Four.
Yes, absolutely. Now, mind you, we may get to the final 8, which is something we've done before, and maybe we come against Argentina and we lose a very hard-fought game 2-1, or we take them to penalties. I'm not going to be mad at that. Okay.
Sure.
As long as we prove that we can play with those teams, especially at home.
All right. Okay. Very good. Any final thoughts, JBlaze? Anything else to add?
Not much.
Okay. All right. Very, very good. Okay. So now I'm looking for my sports talk. Oh, I don't have a sports talk folder because Fernando ate it. Got it. Okay. Hang on. But I do have the backup. Okay, so all right, let's get into some NFL talk here, guys. And we'll bounce around, and I'm sure we'll have other topics come up as we do talk. Just to remind you guys, if you guys look below, we have 6 spots left in our TSR Fantasy League. Everybody that you see on the screen is going to be in it. Rolo Tomasi has been he's been in our league for the last 5 or 6 years. Devin's going to be in it. It's a good time. Apollo's in it. The Level Up Man is in it. We have a good time. Level Up Man is our defending. Oh, now we have 5 spots left. All right, perfect. And I think Blaze, Level Up Man is our defending champion this year, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so.
Okay. So yeah, so the Level Up Man is going to be our defending champion. Looking forward to that. Let me just ask one fantasy question, and then we'll move on. And then we'll move on to the real stuff. So Devin last year had last year's #1 overall pick, and rightfully she took Christian McCaffrey. Unfortunately, Christian McCaffrey played maybe 2 games last season, and so let me just real quick. Who do you think the #1 overall pick should be? I've heard names tossed around like Bijan Robinson, Jamar Chase. JBlaze, who would you pick? Who would you take #1 overall if you get the #1 overall pick?
I go with Jamar Chase or CD Lamb.
Ooh, CD Lamb. Okay, that's a good pick, actually.
I don't like wide receivers as #1 picks because they're very quarterback dependent. So a quarterback injury, you have 2 players there that you have.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Round pick, and I actually like it because in another league that I play in, I'm pick #7, and I expect him to be there is Ashton Genty.
Ooh, that is a good one.
I love rookie running backs for fantasy.
Dude, rookie. Remember, Zeke Elliott led the league in rushing his first 2 years in Dallas, and that's why he ended up. Yep, 2021. Yep, dude. Oh my God, that was absolutely crazy. Okay, so speaking of the NFL, let's talk a little bit. So we've got some drama. We've got some drama going on. In Dallas. Micah Parsons is still not signed. And and I'm gonna come to Blaze with this one. I'm gonna come with JBlaze with this one first, because this seems to happen. This has actually happened the last 2 seasons with the Cowboys. 2 seasons ago, it was Dak Prescott. Then last season, it was CD Lamb. And if you remember, I believe Dak Prescott signed that mega deal, that 4-year, $240 million contract, the day the NFL season started. The difference is that Dak was practicing. Micah is not. So JBlaze, what are your thoughts on this whole Micah Parsons situation? Who is at fault? Is nobody at fault? What is the why in the world? Whose fault is it that Micah Parsons has not been signed to a long-term deal in Dallas yet?
So we've seen this 3 straight seasons, and
Yes.
I think Jerry.
Oh shit! Sorry, my bad. I meant to hit you individually. I think Jerry, and then
I believe Jerry is the most responsible because, dude, we've seen it 3 times in a row, and he refuses to sign these guys early, and it makes no sense. And this is why the Eagles are head and shoulders above everyone else, because their GM Howie Roseman signs these guys early, and he doesn't let them go there. And I think what we're seeing with the documentary and the Cowboys right now is Jerry prioritizes relationships over winning.
Wow.
Because he wants Micah to say, look at all the things I've done for my earlier players. Look at what I've done for Dak Prescott. Look at what I've done for Michael Irvin. You should come on board. And I think the agent situation with Mike is kind of weird because I think he's an old friend of his. Or
yeah, I think so. I think his agent is an old friend of his. And if I'm not mistaken, JBlaze, the word on the street, as far as Micah was concerned, is that Jerry and Micah talked and came up with their own deal. But then his agent came in and said, "Hey, man, you shouldn't be negotiating a deal without me present." What do you know about that?
I believe the agent wants, because we saw this with I believe Deshaun Watson or someone, and so that he wants to make his name, and his I'm gonna go out on the leg. Micah Parsons is top client. He wants to show everyone, I am cutting the greatest deal of all time, and so he's trying to push, I think, the Packers onto Micah. But does that work for Micah? Because look at all the people in media; they're all Cowboys. If he wants to have a career afterwards, you want to be a Cowboy. And is the agent doing what's in the best interest for Micah?
What are your thoughts, Miami J? What are your thoughts? Because the way I see it is this: if I'm Jerry Jones, I'm doing what Jerry Jones does. If I'm Micah Parsons, I'm doing what Micah Parsons does. So guys like us, me, you, and Jason, we have the unique ability to sort of almost kind of compartmentalize. Dude, Micah Parsons is one of my favorite players in the league, man. Even though he plays for the Cowboys, I can be objective. And dude, I hated when they fucking drafted him. When the Cowboys got Micah, I was like, fuck, this dude's going to be a problem. And he is. So is anybody at fault for this Micah Parsons debacle? Did it start this season, or is this just sort of a microcosm of the culture that Jerry Jones has sort of spun down there in Dallas?
A little bit of both. The person I would blame the most would be Dak Prescott's agent. Because if they didn't have that around their neck, I think the Cowboys would be far more apt to negotiate. And
yes,
they would have made the situation there. I would have traded Micah Parsons a long time ago, CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott, but that's me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
I
honestly don't think it's one person to blame. These things happen every year to different organizations. But if I was going to blame somebody, it'd be whoever worked out that Dak Prescott contract.
So let me ask you guys this. So I think TJ Watt, because they just re-signed TJ Watt, I think he's making 40 a year. Myles Garrett is making 41 a year or something like that. Honestly, his market value, does he need to be a 45 or $50 million, defensive player? What do you think he's worth, JBlaze? If there were no salary cap, and obviously there are, what do you think Micah Parsons, what do you think his worth is on the market right now?
At least 40.
Yep.
At least 40. And dude, you needed to do his contract before these other guys' contract.
Yeah.
And Jerry keeps pushing it back because he wants the attention on his franchise. He said this in a press conference, and it doesn't make sense because you could have saved millions with Dak Prescott. You could have saved millions with CeeDee Lamb, and that adds up.
Yes, very, 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 very quickly. So $40 million at least. Miami J. The Manny lad
I
says
agree.
he would pay him 40 at least.
Yeah, I think around that area. Who's the highest paid defensive player right now? Is it TJ Watt?
No, TJ Watt's number 2. Myles Garrett is number 1. Myles Garrett got 41 a year or something like that. Yeah. And I think Nick Bosa, he signed his deal a couple of years back, so he's at 35. So yeah.
Look, unlike Dak Prescott, I do think Micah Parsons probably deserves to be the highest paid player in his position by far. So yeah, I give him around 40, maybe 42. You know,
Highest paid defensive players in the NFL. So I'm going to look this up. Oh no, I'm sorry, Miami J, you were actually right. The highest paid. Oh, so I just got him. I got him mixed up. So number 1,
anyway.
actually. Say again.
Either way, I put him in the same ballpark as those two. He's top 5 defensive players in the league. So,
Easy. Easy.
Yeah, he deserves his money. Unlike Dak Prescott.
Yeah, dude. Dak Prescott. Listen, Dak Prescott is a franchise quarterback, but he does not need to be the highest paid quarterback in football. TJ Watt is number 1. Just like Apollo said, he signed a 3 or $123 million contract, 108 guaranteed. So TJ Watt's at 41. Myles Garrett is at 40. Oh, Danielle Hunter and Max Crosby are both at 38. Let's see, we got Chris Jones. He's at 30. Oh, Chris Jones is at 31. I think Micah's worth more than more than all that. In my opinion, I think Micah Parsons is. I think he's going to be the first ever $50 million a year defensive player. He is that good and he is that worth it. And listen, man, I mean, obviously I'm an Eagles fan. I have to see this. We got to fucking see this guy twice a year. Even in the games where the Eagles trounce the Cowboys, like what really scares me about Micah Parsons is the Eagles have arguably the best right tackle in the history of professional football in Lane Johnson. And I have seen plays where Micah Parsons literally just runs him over. I'm like, are you kidding me with this guy? And here's another thing. Micah, he's a big guy, obviously, but he's a lot stronger than he looks. Lane Johnson, 6'6", 6'6", 280, whatever the case may be. Micah just throws him to the side. Micah's what, 6'3", 230, 220, something like that? Just throwing Lane Johnson to the side. This guy is an absolute problem. He's an absolute monster. If I were Jerry Jones right now, I'd give Micah 3 years. If you really want to make a statement, I go 3 years, $150 million, fully guaranteed. That's what I would do. But the time to have done that was before this season, because even if Micah sees the field against the Eagles, is he going to play? I actually watched today. Brian Schottenheimer's like, no, he's not going to play 75 snaps. They're going to have him on a pitch count. So let me come to you, JBlaze. Let's say Micah Parsons signs today. Would you have him on a pitch count? And how are the Cowboys going to work him into? How are the Cowboys going to work him into the regular lineup, and how long?
Guys, real quick, I'll let you wrap this up. I'll be right back. Give me 2 minutes.
All right, you got it.
Yeah, I guarantee he has not been practicing super hard because he doesn't want to get injured. And
right,
you have to have him 25 to 50% of the plays.
Yeah,
and the Eagles they're a much superior team. They're better coach, better QB, better everything. And you're going, they have no shot.
No, they really, it's, and the thing is, and you often see this a lot, where a player will hold. I actually saw this back in 1991, 92. The then Washington Redskins had just destroyed the Buffalo Bills in Super Bowl 26. Mark Rippon was the MVP that year. It was the best year that he had ever had. And so the very next year he held out and eventually he got his money, but he was never the same after that. And Mark Rippon held out. He did not play. Micah's doing what I guess they call a hold in, where he's at the facility. He's going to the team meetings, the walkthroughs. He's just not doing anything on the field. Realistically speaking, how long do you think it'll take Micah to be in, I guess, regular season shape?
Because with Dak and CD, it was just before week 1, and dude, they're not even talking. And
no, probably not. Oh my God, dude.
And with the stuff, Jerry has worms for brains right now. He has brain worms, and so he has actively disrespected Micah. And I think the agents in his ear, I don't know how this gets resolved by
Dude, I
week
really
one.
don't. I really don't. Godfather Sports says, remember when Jera wouldn't pay Emmett? Yes, I do it. And I was actually just talking about this, Miami J. Well, you're away. We talked about NFL free agents and all that other stuff. I referenced Mark Rippon, but Jerry Jones has two straight seasons. It's been the same thing. He has a history of doing this. If you guys remember, Emmitt Smith sat out the first 2 games of the 1993 season. And finally, Jerry decided to, okay, all right, Emmett, we can't do this without you. Do you think, Miami J, do you think Micah is actually going to miss games at this point?
Might. I think he might. It's next week, and they're not even talking, like Blaze said. We start literally in a week and a half. So,
actually, Micah starts a week from tomorrow.
Oh, because he plays Thursday night?
The Cowboys at the Eagles Thursday night. Next Thursday night. And oh by the way, we're going to be dropping that banner right there. We're going to be dropping that banner right there in front of the Cowboys.
Here we go.
Oh my God, dude! I'm gonna tell you what. If the Eagles lose that game, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
But dude, like the Emmett situation, dude, you were coming off a Super Bowl. And you needed Emmett to repeat. Dude, the Cowboys haven't won anything. They haven't won anything. And they have, I think, Brian Schottenheimer is a placeholder. I think Dion would be the coach right now if he didn't have bladder cancer.
Woo! Let's get into that. Coach Prime, man. And JBlaze, you actually floated this last season. You actually floated Coach Prime to the Browns, and that's actually who we're going to talk about next, the Shedeur Sanders. But what are your thoughts? So take me through the path. How does Dion? Because I think it makes perfect sense. It works for everybody. Jerry gets to be in the news. Dion is Coach Prime. I mean, like, it all fits. Maybe he even brings Shedeur Sanders over to Dallas. What is a pathway do you think that could land Deion Sanders possibly as a head coach in Dallas, number one? Number two, do you think it could work between Jerry and Dion, just given that we all know that Jerry is quite literally probably the most meddlesome owner in the history of professional sports?
Like, if you kind of have to like curb Jerry's ego, because Jerry is all about relationships. Dude, it would be like star-crossed lovers if he
That's
he was able to get back with Dion. Like, and I think the euphoria from that and the brainworms would help Dion immensely. And so you would have, I think, the Browns right now. Their owner made the call to pick up Shedeur. They cannot cut him because they would get so much social media hit. He's right now the 3rd string quarterback. If you offer them a 5th, maybe you'd have to do a 4th. You could get Shedeur if you're the Cowboys. And so I think Dion is on the table for next year because I think Brian Schottenheimer, like,
he is a placeholder. You can tell he's just not a head coach. You can tell just by looking at him.
No, and I think Dion's next year. And he can easily get Shedeur, and it works. And because, like, say the Browns cut Shedeur right now, who's picking him up right now?
Nobody.
No, nobody. They didn't want their backup quarterback to outshine their.
That's exactly right.
That's why I would have never drafted him, even in the 5th round, because the first day Joe Flacco throws an interception, the entire crowd's going to start chanting Shedeur, Shedeur.
Interestingly enough, I guess we have transitioned seamlessly over to Shedeur Sanders. So Shedeur is actually not the. Oh, wait a minute. Why is this not working?
3rd stringer, right?
Yeah, he's the third string quarterback. I don't know why this is. Oh, there we go. Whoa, something was going on there. There we go. So Shedeur Sanders is number 3 on the depth chart. Dylan Gabriel has had a better preseason, I suppose. But I gotta admit, like, I'm biased because I like Shedeur. I think is okay. Some of the outlandish, legendary stuff. Okay, listen, that's not something that I would have done. But by all accounts, Shedeur is actually a pretty good kid. There were stories of him last year. He used a lot of his NIL money to enrich a lot of his teammates. He's like, hey man, I'm not going to be out here driving Lambos and all that. Let me break you guys off too. Incidentally enough, Dylan Gabriel bought a minivan with his NIL money so that he could drive around his teammates. But I like Shedeur Sanders. I like his attitude. I watched him I watched every game. I was sucked in with everybody else. I watched every game that he was at Colorado. He looked good to me. So I mean, how long? I think here's my bold prediction, and I'll go around with this one. My bold prediction is that we are going to see Shedeur Sanders start for the Cleveland Browns. Either on or after by Thanksgiving, Shedeur Sanders will be the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns.
I can see that.
Okay.
I can see that not necessarily because of anything Shedeur does. I can see that because the Browns are a shit show.
Yep. I think that's what it is. I don't think he's going to play his way. I mean, listen, he could play his way into being the backup or being the second stringer. But I think we can all agree Joe Flacco is not the long-term answer for Cleveland. Obviously,
Wait,
I don't even think he's the long-term answer.
Field goals and
yeah.
Is he going to be the holder for the field? Because that would be a humbling exercise for that kid.
That would, it's interesting. A lot of quarterbacks, I don't know if they do it now, but I remember Tony Romo was a holder for the Cowboys when he played quarterback.
Yeah.
Of course, obviously the whole debacle in Seattle where the ball slipped out of his hands. But yeah, that would be, dude, to make, what if they made Shedeur Sanders the holder? Look.
Here's just an interesting prospect from some trick plays.
You see, not only is it an interesting prospect for trick plays, it Tom Brady is still pissed off that he got picked 199. Aaron Rodgers is still pissed off that he slid all the way to 22. Some of the best quarterbacks in league history got humbled in a very, very public way. Shedeur dropped all the way to the 5th round after we all thought that he could possibly go top 5. You make that dude a holder, you're going to unlock something in Shedeur I don't think that he probably realized that he was capable of.
Right. I agree.
And we just saw this with the Saints. The Saints named their not the rookie, the quarterback, the day one quarterback.
So, Spencer Rattler.
Spencer Rattler. They made him, and he was 42 of 42 last year of starting quarterbacks.
Wow.
So it makes it way easier to bench that guy than the rookie. So it makes sense where you would bench Joe Flacco later on because Joe Flacco, he can go on a run.
Yeah, he's streaky.
Yeah. He won me the championship, but he goes on a run. But I think the Browns want Arch Manning. And the Saints, their goal is to get Arch Manning.
Here's the thing with that, because I actually agree with you. I think they want Arch Manning. Do we see an Eli Manning situation where Archie Manning pulling the strings in the back says, fuck that, he ain't playing for Cleveland?
I don't think he comes out next year.
I don't think so either.
Wait, you don't think he comes out next year?
No.
The Mannings love college.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right about that. Dude, and not only that, the Mannings are the Mannings are football royalty. You know what I mean? Like they're routinely called the first family of football and all this other kind of stuff. So you think that the Mannings will pull a Manning / Elway thing and be like, hey, look, man, if the Cleveland Browns are going to be the number one team, my kid is going to stay in college. You possibly see something like that happening?
I don't even think
he's facing college regardless.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Because a lot of people are predicting him to be like the number one overall pick.
Well, there's quite a few first-round picks for quarterbacks, but I don't think Arch Manning comes out.
Okay. Wow. This is the very first time I've heard that. I'd never really considered that to be a possibility, but I don't know. You guys might be right. So earlier today, as we announced, I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard about it. Chiefs receiver, the best receiver on their team, Rashee Rice, accepted a 6-game suspension for the whole speeding and the Lamborghini thing and all that good stuff. Was having a really good season last year before he tore his ACL. Unfortunately, it was friendly fire. Mahomes, you guys probably remember this. Mahomes, it was against the Chargers. Mahomes threw an interception. And trying to tackle the guy with the ball, he tackled Rashee Rice's right knee, tore his ACL, and now he's got the 6-game suspension. So here is my question to you guys. I'm going to start off with Joel first. Is the Chiefs dynasty over?
Well, we're gonna get into. I was planning on getting into this when we started talking about MVP picks and all that stuff. But
okay.
right now, I'll say yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
all right.
I'll put that caveat on.
Okay.
Because we all know he's not going to have a good season now that he's engaged.
No, he is definitely not. He is definitely. JBlaze, is the Chiefs dynasty over?
So they won, I believe, 7 or 10 of their games by like under 7 points.
Yes, by one score.
Dude, no other team has the like fourth quarter, you're going to make the correct plays type than these guys. But the problem is the Broncos are a lot better. I believe the Raiders, they got it infused with a bunch of character.
Young talent, Brock Bowers, Ashton Genty.
Yeah, I think their division is on the way up. Like, it's going to be tough. And Mahomes wasn't the one that brought him to the playoffs. It was the defense. The defense is still nasty.
Right. Oh, the defense was hellified, man.
And if you can get Rashid later on and a couple of these guys to hit, I could see them making the playoffs, but I don't unless the refs help them out again next year. I don't see them having first.
Yeah, I think Mahomes is going to have to play if they do make the playoffs this year, and that at this point is a big if. Mahomes is going to have to play him a road playoff game. In my opinion, the Chiefs dynasty is absolutely over. Travis Kelce is here's why I know the Chiefs dynasty is over. Okay, the Chiefs dynasty ended. In Super Bowl 59. Let's all keep it real. The Kansas City Chiefs were barely an above average football team. Just like JBlaze alluded to earlier, they were something like 7 or 8-0 in one-score games. That's never going to happen again. If you remember, it was a couple of years ago, Kirk Cousins and the Vikings were like 9 or 10-0 in one-score games. They crashed out on the playoffs against Daniel Jones and the Giants. That's the first reason. The second reason is because their offensive line is a shell of themselves. Both times the Chiefs got dump trucked in the Super Bowl, once by the Eagles and then once by the Buccaneers. The common denominator was the offensive line. They lost 2 offensive linemen. Joe Tunney now plays for the Chicago Bears, if I'm not mistaken, and I think they lost either a tackle or a guard. Now they did re-sign Trey Smith, which was good. He is one of the best left tackles in football, but that offensive line it's in shambles. Rashee Rice, you're not going to have him for 6 games, dude. By the time he gets back, the Chiefs might be 3-3, possibly even 2-4. Here's another reason, and somebody actually said it earlier. He said he's got the Broncos winning that division. If the Broncos won the AFC West, I would not be surprised. But look out for the Broncos, because we all know the Eagles had the best defense in football last year. The Denver Broncos had the number 3 defense in football last year. And oh, by the way, they signed Dre Greenlaw and Talanoa Hufanga from the 49ers, and the defensive coordinator is Vance Joseph. So I think the Chiefs and the Broncos have the Broncos and the Chargers have definitely closed the gap. If they haven't reversed some of that gap, I think Kansas City finishes maybe 2nd or even possibly 3rd. Maybe they make the playoffs, but if they do, they're going to be on the road.
I think they're a wild card team.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be a wild card team for sure. The Manny Lad says, yeah, the Ravens are going to dust them this year. I'll take a look at the schedule.
Well, we're transitioning topics here.
Yeah.
Just remember, because you brought a comment up from the Manny Lad. When we were talking about American athletes playing soccer, he made a comment that I'd like to address real quick.
Sure. Let me pull it up.
It says, I don't think it would make that much of a difference, meaning American are better athletes playing soccer. Because in football, for the most part, the best teams tend to be filled with most technically gifted players, more so than physically gifted. You're right. Then he equates it to, Barcelona 2011, Spain 2010. I will say, though, what I'm saying is all those guys, the most technically gifted players, are in fact still athletes. If all of our athletes prioritize soccer, those more technically skilled players would come to the forefront. Like I mentioned, it might be that second stringer playing basketball at Duke today, who turns out that has really good footwork, but is 5'9", that turns out to be a really, really good soccer player. We just don't know how that would be. But our pool of players would be, enormously bigger than every other country. Okay. And I will say that 2010 Spain team, by the way, got 2 losses in something like 94 games, famously won the World Cup. One of those 2 losses, Bob Bradley's United States team. So,
no shit. Yep. Who the fuck knew?
Yeah, there you go.
Holy shit. Hey, look, anything, listen, we always say anything is possible, not everything is probable, but
that's why they play the game, right?
Yep. That's what Chris Berman says. That's why they play the games. That's actually a very astute observation. Pro Special says, I am high on the Broncos. Stud defense, solid offense with a good O-line, promising on quarterback and a proven head coach. Watch out for Denver, because I remember my sleeper pick for offensive rookie of the year last year was Bo Nix. Now, did Brock Bowers end up winning? Because he should have.
Nope. That was my pick. He didn't win.
Yeah, he should have. Here, hot take. Brock Bowers, the best tight end in football. Am I wrong?
No, that's not a hot take.
No, like he is. And now we understand why Carson Beck struggled in Georgia before they left. So, let's see. Okay, so our next topic. Let's see. We did Parsons, McLaurin. We'll do one more topic, and then we'll start to get into the division predictions, the playoff predictions, and our week 1 picks. Pardon me. Pardon me. So I am very, very, very high on the Washington Commanders. I just heard today that the Washington Commanders are the oldest team in football this year. I think the average age is like 28 and some change or something like that. But if there is one everyone's talking, who's going to challenge the Eagles in the NFC? Is it going to be the Rams? Is it going to be, possibly, the Packers, the 49ers? They have a very easy schedule this season. I think we're overlooking the Washington Commanders because, number one, they got a superstar fucking quarterback. That kid's going to be a problem for 15 years. Number 2, they beefed up free agency. They got Deebo Samuel, they got Von Miller, and then they got Laramie Tunsil from the Texans as their left tackle. And Jaden Daniels is already mobile. So they're going to have a really, really good defense. And Dan Quinn did a very good job. You know how we feel about defensive head coaches, right? Dan Quinn's a defensive head coach, but guess what? His offensive coordinator is Cliff Kingsbury, who absolutely was in love with Jaden Daniels. Cliff Kingsbury got Kyler Murray paid. What are your thoughts, JBlaze? What are your thoughts on the Commanders? Look, I would be disappointed, but I wouldn't be surprised if they won the NFC East, or am I just too high on the sophomore quarterback, I guess?
Yeah, I'm very high on the Redskins, and they just got an extension for their top wideout, McLaurin.
Oh, Terry McLaurin, yes.
Yeah, and dude, like the Eagles, I think you'd agree they're on the end of their window, their Super Bowl window.
Yep.
Dude, the Redskins, there was no expectations last year. No. And you could have Jaden Daniels hit a sophomore slump, but I doubt it. He looked amazing last year.
Dude, he was awesome.
Yeah, and dude, the Redskins are going to be a problem, and I think I think, dude.
And by the way, we said it in our draft show. By the way, that the Redskins needed to be the most active team in the NFL offseason.
And they were.
They've been pretty damn active. I don't see a sophomore slump coming from Jalen Daniels. I think they're a very dangerous team down the stretch. Very good.
Ooh, very good observation by Apollo. He says the Commanders win the division because 23 years of no repeat division winner. If you remember, that is absolutely a thing.
We're giving away all the spoilers, man. We were going to talk about this when we do our picks.
Listen, we're going to that next, and I'm actually going to do it. I'm actually going to do like live graphics so that everyone can see our picks. But if you remember, the year that the Eagles came out of nowhere, they go to Super Bowl 58. We got hosed against the Chiefs. We came out last year, started 10-1, and then the bottom dropped off. The Eagles did not win the division that year. It was the Cowboys that won the division. And then, so of course, we took the division back. Obviously, we won the division last year. No repeat division winner. That is, boy, that's pretty scary. The Manny Lad says, if the Eagles and Redskins will have the run of the NFC for the next few years. I agree. I totally agree. Okay, let us go. All right, so let us go to our division. Let's go to our division predictions here. Oh, go ahead.
Before that, guys, 5 spots left in the fantasy league. We need to fill out by Saturday. Let's go. 5 spots.
Absolutely. Oh, by the way, I'm doing a Hard R podcast. Later tonight. I'm gonna have it all over the screen. I'll have we're gonna have the fantasy league. We're gonna have the fantasy league filled out by the end of the day.
We got 5 spots left, and Blaze thinks he's gonna win again. So don't let him think to.
Hey, I was.
There can only be one champion, and that champion is me. So there you go.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Actually, Donovan, have you ever won it? It's your own league, and I don't think you've ever won it.
So the next topic is going to be I've lost in 2 title games. I lost one to JBlaze, and I think I lost one to Level Up, man.
I think you lost one to Rolo, actually.
Oh, that's right. Oh, God damn, I was so fucking close. So the answer, Miami J, is no. I have not won my league yet. Did it ever occur to you that I might just be taking it easy on you guys? So that to give a win? Did it ever occur to you?
Possible. Not everything's probable.
Fair enough. By the way, Devin says if she has the number 1 overall pick this year, she is not picking Christian McCaffrey.
Good.
That's what she gets, dude. That's what she gets for stealing Debo last year. I was mad behind that shit.
Yep.
I'm like, you got Debo, motherfucker. Okay, so it is time for our division. It's time for our division predictions. We are going to start in the AFC. JBlaze, did you have a thought?
Nope.
Oh, I guess I misread the rule. Okay, so we are going to start. Let's go with the AFC. Let's start with the AFC East.
This might be the easiest division to pick, I think.
Yes. This is going to be the easiest division. So who is your AFC East division winner, Miami J?
So let me first off eat a little bit of crow here, because at the beginning of last year, I said the Bills were done. But here I am picking them again to win the division. So
yeah, baby. So the Buffalo Bills. Miami J has the Buffalo Bills in the AFC East. All right. JBlaze, who do you have in the AFC East?
I have the Bills, and I think the Patriots could be a sneaky wild card team. Really good wild card team.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go 3 for 3. I think the Bills, I think they win that division going away, but I agree with you, JBlaze. I think the New England Patriots are going to be ahead of schedule. I think they're going to have a year almost like the Redskins had last year. I think that's the best way to describe Washington last year, is they were way ahead of schedule. I think with all of the talent that they've added, they've got the perfect head coach in Mike Vrabel. He should have been been there right after Belichick left. He's the perfect guy for that. They've got Drake May, who proved that he could play. They've got Stephon Diggs. Christian Gonzalez is coming back. He's a shutdown corner. Travion Henderson out of Ohio State, who's an absolute monster. I want to say the Patriots will probably go 10-7, 9-8, possibly, but I think they finish at least 10-7, and I think they finish in second place.
And I will go on the. I think the Bills could be the top contender for number 1 seed, because like McDaniels, people are not showing up for practice on time, and he's like finding them, and he's like, why aren't they doing this? Because they don't respect you.
Mike McDaniel for the Dolphins?
Yeah. Look, Miami's a shit show down here.
Oh no, I like Mike McDaniel.
I like him too. He fits the Miami drug lord, aesthetic to it.
Absolutely.
something's off here in Miami, and nobody can seem to pinpoint it.
And
here's another hot take. I think if Miami doesn't start 4-0, if Miami starts say 1-3, and Tyreek Hill doesn't have some monster games early on, I can see him being traded by Thanksgiving.
Wow, that is a hot take, but that's
a
possible.
contender. Yeah.
And the Jets, Justin Fields has had a horrible preseason and training camp.
Now wait a minute. Let me stop you right there. We had a panelist on here earlier that said Justin Fields was going to be the best quarterback in football.
Yeah.
You remember that? That's why he's not on the show anymore, guys.
So the thing about the number one seeds, you need a bad division to get those division wins.
Yeah.
And I think the Bills are going to sweep the Dolphins and the Jets. And so that's, I think, what they gets them the number one seed.
Okay. All right. Yeah, like I said, we're going so staying in the AFC East, staying in the AFC East here. Because you actually mentioned something, Miami J, just now, talking about if the Dolphins don't go 4-0, they could possibly trade Tyreek Hill. Do you think?
I didn't say 4-0. I said if they don't have a good start.
Oh, good start. Okay, yeah, my bad.
If it's like a frustrating first 4 games or so, then yeah.
Yeah, 1-3, something like that.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: is Mike McDaniel on the hot seat?
I think so, especially not necessarily because he's done anything bad, but I think when you look back to 2 years ago, when they had that hot start where they put up 70 points on the Broncos, and
the chop that they were doing, I remember that.
I think that set an expectation here in Miami. And if last year we had some injury issues with Tua, et cetera, if Mike McDaniel doesn't actually put something together and live up to that standard that he himself set, then I definitely think he's on the hot seat.
Wow. Okay. JBlaze, what do you think?
Yeah, I think Mike McDaniels is on the hot seat because, dude, I don't think his team respects him. I think he's lost the locker room, and dude, they've underperformed, and they need some grittiness for the winter games.
Yeah.
Okay, I would agree with that. I think that if Mike McDaniel doesn't survive this, I don't think he'll ever be without a job. I think he's probably the arc of a head coach, especially like the young hotshot coach like a Mike McDaniel. They always do and actually Mike McDaniel actually did a pretty good job for having been a first-time head coach. He'll probably be fired in Miami. He'll go off and be an offensive coordinator somewhere. He will have learned. He'll apply the lessons learned. Then he'll come back, and I think he'll probably get one more shot at head coach if it doesn't work out in Miami. But even if he goes 0-2 with head coaches, Mike McDaniel is the type of offensive mind. He's like Robert Saleh. He got fired in New York. It took the Niners 10 minutes to pick up the phone and get him on and get him on their staff. Do you think? So let me ask you this, Miami J. Do you think Mike McDaniel is going to be one of these lifetime journeyman type offensive coordinators like a Cliff Kingsbury or like a Norv Turner, or do you think that he is going to be as a long sustained head coach in the NFL?
That's a tough question. I don't know, man. I'm not
tough one, huh?
I can't read the future. I don't think he's going to be here in Miami too much longer. I have no confidence in the Dolphins this year, so I don't think he'll be here too much longer. And then he'll be an offensive coordinator somewhere if he takes what he's learned from Miami into whatever his next head coaching job is, and really is able to build something there that's a little bit more balanced instead of just being all friendly with everybody, then maybe he can be a sustained head coach in the NFL.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so this is what I think with Mike McDaniels. Mike McDaniels is that kind of like nerdy guy, and they're trying to push the NFL towards analytics like they did with the MLB, because you have a lot of the owners, like Haslam has like a trucking business. They're not like in these industries with personnel. They're in numbers.
Right.
And a couple of them, like 2 years ago, were saying that the Patriots head coach Vrabel was intimidating because he's a big guy.
Yes.
And McDaniels is kind of like off-putting because he's like this kind of like nerdy guy.
Yeah, he's
and
like Devin size.
Got him the job in Miami, so he's going to be an offensive coordinator. We know this. And with Kingsbury, I think he stays in with the Redskins, and I think he gets upgraded.
Yes,
whenever Quinn leaves.
Yeah,
I totally agree. I think not only will Cliff, and here's the thing, if Cliff Kingsbury makes it, if he stays in the building, because the job that he has done with Jaden Daniels, I give him another 2 seasons, and he's going to be that hot, the Ben Johnson type, Kellen Moore type, and we're fucking always getting our goddamn fucking coaches poached. I hate that shit, but that comes with winning. But yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think is going to happen with Cliff Kingsbury. Cliff Kingsbury, I think, is probably going to be the next head coach in Washington. Quickly, let's quickly go around and let's predict the records for all 4 teams. I'll go first. The Bills are going to go 13-4. The Patriots are going to go 10-7. The Jets are going to go 6-10. The Dolphins, I think, are going to go 9-8.
I haven't really thought about the specific records for each team, but I can pretty much agree with you on those lines.
Okay.
I think the Bills definitely win 13, maybe 14.
Probably.
The Bills are looking really good this year.
They're awesome, dude. And they just re-signed James Cook. He got his money. And by the way, Joey Bosa is now on the Bills defense. So there we go. And we got that Jordan Poyer.
If there's a battle to watch in the AFC East, I think it's probably for second place. Given if Miami has a good season, then there's a battle for second place to see the upstart Patriots and the Dolphins. Battle right. Second and maybe for a wildcard spot, maybe.
I like that. And now, you know what? I'll co-sign that. I like that. That makes perfect sense. JBlaze, predict the wins for every team in the AFC East.
I agree with most of everything you said, but I think the Dolphins get 5 wins.
What?
You're killing me, man.
Right.
Wait till we get to the NFC East.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, that's going to be bad. I like Mike McDaniel. I think I became sort of like a low-key Dolphins fan after I watched the Hard Knocks because I loved all those guys, man. Mike McDaniel is like the hipster guy, and Tua. He's from Hawaii, and he's the only left-handed quarterback in the league. And I think Tua is I think he's a good dude. So, all right. So very good. So I think universally, I think we all know the Bills are definitely going to run away with that division. One last question about the AFC East. The Bills are clearly in their Super Bowl window. How long do you think the Bills Super Bowl window is going to be open for? It's going to be at least this season, possibly next season. I think the Bills Super Bowl window probably looks like the Eagles Super Bowl. Maybe the Bills have a little further Super Bowl window, but that's right at the end. What are your thoughts, Miami J?
When's Josh Allen coming up for contract renewal?
They just signed him to another 6-year deal.
All right, so I give it 2 years tops.
Okay, very good. All right, very good. What are your thoughts, JBlaze?
I'm gonna say 2 seasons.
Okay.
Mind you, 2 years. This is just specific to the Buffalo Bills. 2 years ago, I think we all agreed that their window was done and closed.
Yes, we did. We actually talked about it. Okay.
We have very long memories here on the Chop Block.
Yes. We have very, very long memories, especially when it comes to talking shit. Okay, let us go to one of the low-key best divisions in football. A team who 2 years ago got every one of its teams into the playoffs. That would be the AFC. Pardon me. That would be the AFC North. I think the AFC North is a very, very good division. We've got the Steelers, the Bengals, the Browns, and of course the Ravens. JBlaze, who wins this division? Unmute yourself. Oh, wait a minute. I think I accidentally muted you. Hold on. Oh, nope. Oh, I can't unmute my guest. Oh, there we go. Oh, I don't know why it's not.
I was making
there it is. No, that's all right. It's all good.
Yeah, I think the Ravens are the top contender for the division. And I don't think they have a shot at the number 1 seed because I think this division's way too good.
Yeah.
Because The Bengals, their offense is legendary, but their
Oh my
defense is
God, that defense is trash.
yeah. And I think the Steelers are going to be a low key. I really don't know what to make of Aaron Rodgers, but I think they're
Jesus,
solid.
dude. All right, Miami J, who wins this division?
I actually have the Bengals.
Oh, hot take.
I think that's going to be the best offense in football this year.
I think they're going to have to be.
I think, yeah, because out of necessity, they're going to have to be.
Yeah.
I think this is the year that Joe Burrow actually puts it all together.
Wow. Okay.
I like that Cincinnati offense a lot.
Listen, I think the Bengals absolutely have a shot to win this division, but they got to get out of the starting blocks quicker than they have the last couple.
They can't start slow like they have been.
No, they can't do that. We can't do 1-3, 2-4. We can't do that. Like they got to get off. They got to get off to a fast start because, just like you said, I think the Bengals have a top 2 receiving duo. You can compare them with like maybe the Eagles. We have AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. Dude, T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. They are as good as they come. Wow, the Bengals. Okay. I'm gonna pick the rate. Go ahead.
Oh, Joe Burrow has played the most preseason games he's ever played.
Good. Which is
really, I did not know that.
Preseason minutes.
How about that? Okay. Well, that actually, and he's still healthy because Joe Burrow, this is his 5th year. He's missed 2 seasons with injuries, so hopefully he can stay upright. Yeah, my prediction is I think Baltimore is going to win the division. I just think I think they have the best team from top to bottom in the AFC North. Lamar Jackson is a fucking weapon. I think it's going to be a battle for second, just like the AFC East. It's going to be between the Bengals and the Steelers. Right now, I would probably give the edge to Cincinnati just because of their offensive firepower. But at some point, they got to figure something out on defense, man. They gave Trey Hendrickson a $14 million raise, which was good. He's the best player on a terrible, terrible defense. Okay, let's pick the number of wins. Let's pick the number of wins for each team. Miami J.
Let's see. I'll go 12 for the Bengals. 12 for the Ravens as well. I think maybe the Bengals will take it on the tiebreaker.
Okay.
Steelers will compete for a wild card, 10 over 11. I think those 3 teams will be up in the playoff conversation. The Browns, maybe.
Wow. Yeah, they're going to be trash. They have how many? They have 71 quarterbacks on their roster right now or something like that. Yeah, something like that. JBlaze, number of wins for the AFC North.
I'm going to go 12 for the Ravens, 11 for the Bengals. I'm going to go maybe 10 for the Steelers, and then I'm going to go 4 for the Browns.
Okay. All right. Very good. I am going to go, let's see. I think the Ravens win 13 games. I think Cincinnati probably wins 12. I'm going to give the Steelers 11 wins. And I agree with you, Miami J. I think the best division from top. Now they're a little top heavy, but dude, the Bengals, it would not surprise me if any one of these teams outside of the Browns won the division, but Baltimore is the most complete team. I think the Steelers win 11. I think the Bengals win 12, and I think the Ravens win 13, possibly even 14 games. And I think they're going to win that many games because they're going to have to, because I think the Steelers and the Bengals are going to be on their heels the entire time.
Yeah, you know what? I can see this division coming down to literally the last week.
Yep.
To figure out who ends up as the 2 seed and who ends up in the
1. Yeah, dude, a lot of time. Yeah, who's the 2 seed or the 5 seed or the 1 seed and the 4 seed? Yeah, it's gonna be that kind of division.
But that's not the only division like this in the AFC. Let's move it on.
No, I totally. Well, I was actually going to ask you about the coaching. Zach Taylor, Kevin Stefanski, are they on the hot seat?
Stefanski, maybe.
Okay, Stefanski. Okay, all right.
Yeah, I think Stefanski.
I think Zach Taylor is definitely on the hot seat for sure. All right, let us go now to the AFC. Let's go to the AFC South. This is going to be a very interesting. This is a very, very, very interesting division for a couple of reasons. So Daniel Jones just got named the starter in Indianapolis, and oh, by the way, the Indianapolis Colts drafted Tyler Warren, who's probably going to be the best rookie tight end this season. Obviously, you've got C.J. Stroud and the Texans. C.J. Stroud, in the first 2 years he's been in the league, he's taken the Texans to the divisional playoffs twice. The Tennessee Titans got Cam Ward, and the Jacksonville Jaguars, they got Travis Hunter. So I'm going to start with Miami J. Who wins this division?
By the way, I'm still salty that the Dolphins didn't draft Tyler Warren.
Oh, my God. I could not believe they didn't get him. Dude, he was right there. Dude, the Bears took Colston Loveland. It was all – oh, my God. I couldn't believe it. Anyway,
I think the Texans run away with this one. I think it's more competitive than people think. I think Tennessee will be better than expected. But I think the Texans are going to win their 11, 12 games solidly and win their division.
Okay. All right. Very good. JBlaze, who do you think wins the AFC South?
Right now, I have the Texans winning. If Liam Cohen can get something out of Lawrence, it could be a contest there. But I think Cam Ward, I do like Cam Ward. I think he's going to be a solid quarterback. But I think they're a year or two away.
Yeah. And
I'm going to go Texans win the division.
Okay, very good. RAI 12 figures with the $2 super. It says Texans for the AFC South Super Bowl win. AFC South, yeah, Super Bowl. Well, I mean, what teams in the AFC are? Well, dude, you've got everybody in the AFC North. You've got the Chiefs, the Chargers, the Broncos. So that might be a little bit of a stretch. We also had a $5 super chat from Ken Rose. What did he say? Oh, yep. We had a $5 super chat from Ken Rose. Haven't seen him in a while. Appreciate that very much. Okay, so, ooh, pardon me. So you guys have both picked the Houston Texans. Dude, it's going to be 3 for 3 on me. I think the Texans definitely. I think they win the division. But here is my hot take. Here's my hot take. I think the Tennessee Titans get into the playoffs as a wild card. I think they get into the playoffs as a wild card because I think that Cam Ward is the real deal. He probably has the second or third best arm in terms of velocity. Maybe Mahomes and Allen are a little bit better. I love their head coach. He's a no-nonsense kind of guy. He had to deal with fucking Will Levis all last year, so he's ready for a guy like Cam Ward. But I think the Tennessee Titans make the play. I think they make the playoffs. I think not only does Jacksonville miss the playoffs, I think the Colts miss the playoffs. So one last question before we move divisions. What do you think the Colts do with Anthony Richardson? Do they trade him or what?
No, I think, maybe, I don't know. Sadly, I think Richardson's not. It's being seen as a kid that didn't live up to his potential coming out of Florida. Wow. I think he might end up being a career backup.
Yeah, with all that talent, dude.
Hey, it happens. Or he could go somewhere else and have a career resurgence somewhere,
That's not out of the realm of possibility because, listen, I mean, the stories are all around. Baker Mayfield.
Or Daniel Jones could have a meltdown by Thanksgiving, and then you got Richardson coming in to save the day. Who knows?
Yeah, you're right. Now, Daniel Jones has Tyler Warren to throw the ball to now, so that could almost be like I think
Indianapolis is going to be a vastly improved team. I actually have Daniel Jones as my comeback player of the year.
No shit!
I'm kidding, but still.
Oh, okay. I was like, Daniel Jones comeback player of the year. Holy shit, man. Okay. Wins. I'm going to go ahead and get my wins first. I think Houston wins 10 games. I think Tennessee wins 9 games. I think Indianapolis wins 8. I think Jacksonville, dude. I think they're going to go 6 and 11. I think they're going to be bad. I think I think Liam Cohen is a very good offensive coordinator, but I think, and the jury is still out on Trevor Lawrence, but they might reach a verdict after this season, and it might not.
Is there a quarterback who's had a young quarterback who's had the verdict be out on him for as long as Trevor Lawrence has?
Yeah, right. Because
we've been waiting for the verdict on this kid for like 6 years.
Yeah,
and he got paid.
And he got paid $275 million, man. Yeah. What do you think, Miami J? Do you think? I mean, like, is it? Should we start throwing around the B word with Trevor Lawrence?
No.
No, not quite.
Yeah.
What about you, JBlaze?
I can't.
If you take away his playoff win against the Chargers, the guy, like the coach, literally collapsed.
Yes.
Dude, Trevor
Brandon
Lawrence
Staley.
is like average, like
Yeah.
below average.
Yeah. Wow. Unbelievable. Dude, we all thought that Trevor Lawrence was like this can't miss prospect after he beat out what was his name? DJ Uiagalelei, who incidentally enough found his way onto an NFC roster. All right, let us go to the last division in the AFC, and that is, of course, the AFC West. We discussed this. We actually discussed this at length in the beginning. Let's go around and who is your AFC West division winner? JBlaze.
I'm gonna go Broncos are the division winners, and dude, this is gonna be a rough one. I think this will be one of those divisions where you'll have some of the better teams, but they'll have like 4, maybe 3 seedings.
Yeah.
Because they're beating up on each other.
Yeah, man. This might be one of these divisions where you've got a team that wins 10 or 11 games and misses the playoffs.
Yeah. Having said that, I think this division, I'm going to agree with Blaze, by the way. I have the Broncos.
Okay.
But this might be the division with the highest floor, meaning I don't see a team winning less than 7 games here.
Yeah.
I mean, 7, 8, 9 games here. But I don't see a team winning 13, 14 either. So this is going to be a very tight division.
Wow, it is going to be, dude. That is going to be a. I think it is going to be a tight division. Who's your division winner, Miami J?
The Broncos.
You got Denver as well.
Yeah, I got Denver.
Okay, all right. So you've got Denver as well. Again, as a quick reminder, only 5 spots left in the TSR Fantasy League. Shoot Miami J an email. Send it to miami305.j@gmail.com. We have 5 spots left.
Sorry, Donovan, we misunderstood that. It's MIA 305, not Miami 305.
Okay, so then how the hell did we fill that other spot?
I don't know.
All right, so it's not MIA. So my brain was MIA when all I had to do was literally like copy and paste this damn thing. I have no idea why. There we go. All right, so MIA 305.j at there we are at gmail.com. There we are.
Yes, if you would put TSR League in the subject line and I'll get you signed up. We got 5 spots.
What? Let's do that. I'm gonna put TSR League in all caps in the subject line.
Yep.
Okay, very good. Okay, my division winner is I think the LA. It was gonna be the LA Chargers, but they just lost Rashawn Slater, their left tackle. They're actually moving Joe Alt, the kid out of Notre Dame, who is their right tackle. They're moving him over to left tackle. I would have picked the Chargers, but I agree with the both of you. I think Denver is going to win this division. Remember, they were in the playoffs last year. Bo Nix it was his rookie year. Did not play like a rookie. It's going to be his second year it's going to be a second year under Sean McVay, and they've got a really, really, really good defense. How many games does each team in the division win, JBlaze?
I'm gonna go Broncos are going to be 11. Chargers, I think, are 10. Chiefs, 9. And Raiders, maybe 8.
Okay. That's very close to what I was thinking about. Pardon me. Miami J, how many wins for each team in the AFC West?
I'm going to say, whoever wins the most is going to win 12. Whoever wins the least is going to win 9.
Okay.
In order for me right now, it's really hard. If I had to, I'd go Denver, Kansas City, Chargers, Raiders, but that's very interchangeable.
Okay. Very good. I think the Broncos are going to win 12 games. I think Los Angeles wins 10 to 11. I think the Raiders win 9 or 10. Here is my hot take. I think the Kansas City Chiefs missed the playoffs, y'all. I think they missed the playoffs. I think they're going 8 and 7. Or wait, 8 plus 7. Oh my God, Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus Christ. I think they're going to go 9 and 8 or 8 and 9 or something or something like that.
Yeah.
I think they got exposed in the Super Bowl, man. And the fact that and this is the thing, and rightfully so. Reed Mahomes, did well in Super Bowls. Not like it's almost like it's almost as though just listening to people, sports pundits talk and all that. It's like they didn't watch the games, man. They're like, oh yeah, the Chiefs are going to destroy the Eagles. No, bro. Like watch the games. Everybody watched the Chiefs last year because they were on TV every week. They were a below average football team. They were a below average football team they were aided by the rest, but let's keep it real. Andy Reid and Mahomes' experience along with Travis Kelce, it is a game of inches. So let's give their experience, a little bit of credit, but they were a below average team and they got massively exposed in the Super Bowl. And like we said earlier, all of the teams in the AFC West, they have closed that gap. They just got Geno Smith with the Vegas Raiders, drafted Ashton Genty. They locked up Max Crosby. Say again?
Brock Bowers.
Brock Bowers. And oh, by the way, Brock Bowers' former teammate at Georgia, Lad McConkey. He's one of the best slot receivers in football. Him and Quentin Johnston are going to be very good for Justin Herbert. Here's another thing I think we're overlooking. Have you guys? Do you know who the LA Chargers running backs? They got all the running backs. They got Omarion Hampton out of Carolina and Najee Harris, as well as Raheem Rocket Sanders. Wait a minute. Let me make sure I'm looking that up. Raheem Sanders. I think he is. Yes, Raheem Rocket Sanders. He went to Georgia. They have 3 number 1 running backs in that backfield. Jim Harbaugh likes to run the football. So that's my hot take. I think the Broncos win the division. I think the Chiefs miss the playoffs.
And didn't Vincent Jackson go back?
Oh, Keenan Allen went back. Yes, Keenan Allen signed with the Keenan Allen went. Keenan Allen re-signed with the Chargers. Wow, holy smokes! Okay, so that is the end of the AFC. Let us now go. Pardon me. Let's go to the NFC West. This, of course, is the division with the Rams, the 49ers, the Cardinals, and the Seahawks. Who wins this division, Miami J, and why?
Me? Sorry, you broke up there.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that.
I got the 49ers.
Okay.
To me,
all right.
Pretty clear cut, honestly.
Yep. JBlaze?
Okay, I have the 49ers are like a walking injury carton of people.
God.
I'm going to go with the Rams.
Oh.
Okay. I'm typing that in for you right now.
He's got the Rams. I've also got the Niners winning that division. And I don't think, obviously injuries notwithstanding, that's always going to be a factor. But I think the San Francisco 49ers are going to win the NFC West because they have the easiest schedule in football. As of right now, their strength of schedule is literally number 32. Like 32. They got, it is Cupcake City. It is Cupcake City on that Niners roster. Now they did lose Deebo Samuel, but they got Brandon Ayuk is back. Christian McCaffrey is back, and he did make it through preseason, which is good. So he's there and healthy. And of course, they've also got Ricky Pearsall, who's not going to take the top off the defense, but he has very good hands, very reliable. They've still got George Kittle, Trent Williams. So the 49ers, I think, are going to win the division because of that soft schedule. They have the number 32 in strength of schedule. CJ Harbor thinks it's going to be the Seahawks. All right, JBlaze, give me the number of wins for each team in the NFC West.
I'm going to go Rams 11, San Fran 10, Arizona, I'm going to go 8, and Seahawks are 9.
Okay. All right. Seahawks are 9. Miami J.
I'm thinking about those numbers that Blaze just said. I'll agree with them. I'll just flip the Rams and Niners.
Okay. Just going to flip the Rams and the Niners. Okay. I'm going to go. I think the Niners are going to win 13 games. I think because of that easy schedule, I think they will challenge for the number 1 overall seed. I think the Rams are also going to win 13 games, but I think the Niners, I think the Rams and the 49ers are going to be, it's going to be a very top heavy division. I think they both win 12 games. but I think San Francisco sweeps the Rams. The Cardinals. I mean, the Cardinals are going to win 6 games. The Seahawks will probably win 8. Yes, the Seahawks do have Sam Darnold, but I don't. Just given the division that they play in, I don't think the Seahawks or the Cardinals are going to be very competitive. One last question about the NFC West. Do you think, and a lot of people have talked about this, do you think Mike Shanahan is possibly coaching for his job? Or is that not even a fair question?
I don't think it's a fair question. They faced a lot of outside variables there, a lot of injuries, a lot of other things. That I don't think it's coaching for his job just yet.
Okay, all right. What do you think, JBlaze?
He's playing for his.
The only way, because he has made some mistakes. I don't know how you upgrade in the head coach position than Kyle Shanahan, but he hitched his wagon to Brock Purdy, and I think paying him that amount of money was a mistake. But
you think so? I disagree. I think Brock. Well, I'll put it to you this way: I think Brock was worth it. What did he? I think they're paying him $50 million a season or something like that. It wasn't too bad. If I were the Niners, I would have offered him 45 a year. I'd have been good with 40 to 45 a year. But dude, in my opinion, man, Brock earned that contract, man. The dude was not. He was Mr. Irrelevant. He came right in, understood the offense completely. And for Kyle Shanahan to hitch his wagon to a guy like Brock Purdy when he was there, dude, he was there for the who did they draft? God, who the fuck did Trey? He was there for the Trey Lance debacle. He's the one that made the call. So I think Brock Purdy is definitely the real deal, man.
All right, we'll see him more of a Trent Dilfer, Mike Hasselbeck type of role.
Yeah. You think so?
I don't think he's a full force multiplier.
He's not a guy who's going to go out there and blow people out. He's going to be solid, and you'll ask him to make no mistakes and let the running game and the defense carry you.
He's like Dak Prescott.
I think he's well, let me think. You know what?
Brock Purdy Dak Prescott.
Value-wise, value for value, contract for contract, Brock is definitely the better value. But in terms of like raw physical skill, they are. And Brock probably moves a little better than Dak now because Dak has had 2 lower body injuries. And if you've noticed, Dak does not run anymore. That part of his game has been completely eliminated, and that, of course, is because of all of the injuries. I don't
know if I mentioned this earlier, but I do have a hard stop on 5 o'clock. So I mean, just letting you know.
Oh, okay. What time is it there? Oh no. We got like 15 minutes. Can you guys give me like 15 more minutes?
Yeah.
I know because I actually got to start getting ready for my podcast. But dude, I start talking about sports, man, and I just fucking forget everything.
Oh yeah, I know. We could go all night.
Okay. Oh, also, guys, I'm going to start doing watch parties on Rumble. I'm going to start doing primetime football game watch parties. I'm going to find a way to rig it up in our living room so that you guys can see what we see. Of course, the first watch party is going to be the Eagles and the Cowboys. That is just going to be all kinds of fun. I absolutely cannot wait. And I'll have this all prepared. That way, if you guys want to drop in and say what's up or whatever, do like a watch along. But that is going to be all kinds of fun. Okay, let's go to the next division here. Let's go to the NFC South. So we've got the Carolina Panthers, the New Orleans Saints, who just named Spencer Rattler as their starting quarterback, Baker Mayfield re-up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and then we have the Atlanta Falcons. Miami J, who is your division winner?
The Atlanta Falcons.
Woo! I like it. Who's your division winner, JBlaze?
Michael Penix Jr. puts it together there. It's going to be for no other reason, I see nobody else to really challenge him. I don't think the Bucs are that strong, and we know the Panthers would sink garbage.
Yeah, the Panthers are still a year. It seems like the Panthers have been a year away forever.
They're like 5 years. Yeah.
And they just traded Adam Thielen back to the Minnesota Vikings, which I think was pretty cool. Who's your division winner, JBlaze?
I'm going to say this is the worst division in sports. Just the cast.
Okay.
Not in football. Not in football.
He said in sports, yo. I was expecting him to give sort of a laid back thing because he's like, yeah, I think they're the worst division in the history. Holy shit!
I'm gonna go the Falcons. Like flip a coin between them and the Bucks. Whoever has the least injuries, I'm gonna just give them the division. But I'll say the Falcons.
I just got a notification that the Packers are going all in for a trade for Micah Parsons. That was just announced on the Pat McAfee show. They said they're going all in on a trade. That doesn't mean anything quite yet, but I don't know. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Just keep Micah's ass out of the NFC East. I don't give a fuck. I don't want. Oh, god damn. The only NFC East uniform I want to see Micah wearing is the Eagles, and we all know that's not going to happen. Guys, I agree with you guys. I think the Atlanta Falcons, I think they win this division. I don't think they win it going away. And I agree with you. Dude, they've got Kyle Pitts, who's going to have a breakout year. Michael Penix Jr., who I think has limitless potential. If he can stay healthy, he's going to be awesome. And Bijan Robinson. Dude, Bijan Robinson, he's like a rich man's LaDainian Tomlinson. If you guys have ever watched this dude, we got a taste of his ass last year with that Monday Night Football game that we blew against the Atlanta Falcons. So I think Bijan Robinson is going to be a problem. I think the Buccaneers the Buccaneers definitely finish a close second. But I think I think 10, possibly 11 games wins this division. What say you guys? 10, 11. I don't think we're going to get I don't think we're going to get like a 12 or 13 winner out of this division.
Yeah, this is going to be that one division winner that everybody's like, this team should be a wild card team.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, yes, this is the division that will continue to make a case for reseeding everything. My win total.
This is the division that the Green Bay Packers are going to end up having to take a road playoff game to one of these crappy teams.
The Packers are going to be 13-4, and they're going to have to play in Atlanta, who finishes 10-7.
Exactly.
Now, that did happen once before back in 2010 with Beastquake. If you guys remember, the Seattle Seahawks were 7-9, but they won the NFC West. The 12-4 New Orleans Saints had to go all the way to Seattle, and of course, Marshawn Lynch and Beastquake and all that happened, but this is 2025. That shit ain't happening. That was 15 fucking years ago. My win totals, I'm going to go, the Falcons are going to win 10. The Buccaneers will probably win 10, definitely 9. If they'll probably win a tiebreaker. The Panthers are going to win 3 games. The Saints are probably going to win 5 games.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Okay, let us move. Go ahead. Go ahead, JBlaze.
I agree. I almost think 9 wins the division.
You think?
Yeah.
It might be that type of division. It might be that bad.
This is the worst division in the history of organized professional sports ever. So we also have to. This next division is a very, very intriguing division, and that is the NFC North, who was for a short time the best division in football. I remember after like week 7, every team had won at least 4 games. Chicago was down in the cellar. Obviously, we've got Ben Johnson. He's the new head man in Chicago. The Bears went all in on free agency. They did it the right way. They let Keenan Allen go, but they beefed up that offensive line. Oh God, I just had the names in my head. Joe Tuaney came over from the Chiefs, and then his last name starts with the D. Obviously, we have Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers, the Detroit Lions, the defending division champs from last year, and of course the Minnesota Vikings. So JBlaze, who wins the NFC North and why?
So I'm gonna just call this the division of the unproven. Dean Campbell has not been proven without Ben Johnson, who I think was the best coordinator of last season.
That's right.
You have unproven Caleb Williams. You have
no, that was not a Freudian slip, by the way, guys.
you have the Vikings unproven quarterback because they just they threw Sam away. And the Packers, I still am not sold on Jordan Love.
Really?
He had like those tremendous last games of 2 years ago.
Yes, the last 7 games, he lit up the world.
But he got injured early on last year against the Eagles. It was never quite the same. I'm gonna go.
Hot take. Here we go.
I'm gonna go the Bears.
No, you serious? The Chicago Bears win the NFC North. I love it. I love it. Yes, there we are.
Hey, I'm recording all these. I'm actually writing them down. You can't be serious.
Dude, I still have the video of your boy talking about Justin Fields is going to be the best quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, I'm putting you down for the Bears, buddy.
All right, here we go. Miami J, agree or disagree?
I think it goes without saying that I disagree. I think the Lions probably have enough consistency and enough continuity in that team and in that locker room to keep it going. I see them winning 14 games and running away with it. I think the Packers win 12. They're a couple games behind, but I don't think anybody catches the Lions.
Okay, very good. Yeah, I agree with you, Joel. I think the Lions win this division, but I don't think they win it going away. Never forget, I think the Lions are going to take a significant step back. And the reason I say that is because, like the Eagles back in 2022, after the Super Bowl appearance, we lost both of our coordinators. We lost Shane Steichen and Jonathan Gannon. Shane Steichen obviously is in Indianapolis. Jonathan Gannon is in Arizona. And of course, we all remember what happened then. We started out 10-1. We absolutely got hosed by the 49ers at home. They got their look back for the NFC title game, Hassan Reddick and Brock Purdy and all that. And then we were never the same after that. So I think that in large part, and keep in mind also keep in mind, they lost two of their offensive linemen, one in a trade. Drew Dahlman, that was the guy in Chicago. That's his name, Drew Dahlman. One to a trade and free agency, and the other one to retirement. So 40% of their offensive line is going to be different. They have a different offensive coordinator and a different defensive coordinator who are both now head coaches in the NFL. All of that said, I think the Lions win this division, but I think they win this. I think it's probably going to be decided like on the last game of the season.
I can see it.
But. Okay. All right. Win totals for, this is going to be good. JBlaze, what are your win totals for the NFC North? You got Chicago going 14-3, right?
I'm going to go Chicago 12.
Woo! I love it. I love it. Yeah.
That's a
Vikings 10.
Okay. Oh, wow. So they are going to be, so you've got them being the best division in football. You know what? I'll tell you what, man, if the Bears really do take a step forward, I really can see them getting all four teams into the playoffs much the same way the AFC North did it a couple of years ago. Remember, they got old man Flacco came in and he guided the Browns to the playoffs and all four teams got into the playoffs. I definitely think that is a possibility. Joel, what are your win totals for the NFC North?
I'll go 14, 12, 7, and 5. In no particular order.
So 14. So I'm going to go 14 Lions, 12 Packers, 11 Chicago, and 5.
We'll give the Vikings 9 or 10, and we'll give Chicago 3, 4. Maybe.
I'm on an island.
JBlaze is on an island all by dude. If the Bears are away with this,
our award picks, you better be picking Caleb Williams for your something.
Comeback player of the year, possibly.
Something. I don't know. Something.
Yeah, Caleb.
In the back. Person of the year? I don't know.
Comeback
Sean Payton Man of the Year. There you go. Sean Payton Man of the Year.
Oh, yeah, where I was. You guys are fucking crazy. Which, incidentally enough, is the most prestigious award in the NFL. So who knew? I think the Lions win 12. I think the Packers probably also win 11-12. I think Chicago wins 10 games this season. I think Chicago gets into the playoffs. I really, really do. I'm not going to say they're going to win the division, but I think Chicago wins 10 games, and I think they make a playoff appearance.
You guys are putting too much on Caleb Williams.
Hey, look, I think everyone, including Caleb Williams, knows it's put up or shut up, man. Because here's the thing. When we talk quarterbacks, like number 1 overall picks and top 5 picks, generally speaking, if that guy is going to be starting his rookie year, we generally give these quarterbacks until Thanksgiving in their second year, right? CJ Stroud, we know he's a gangster, right? He's been to the playoffs both times. We know he's going to be fine. The Texans, if they were smart, actually, if the Texans were smart, they'd pay him early. They'd pay him after this season. Yeah. Matter of fact, if I'm Houston, I would probably offer him a contract extension now. Anyway, but we give them until Thanksgiving the next year. This is it. These first 4 to 5 weeks for Caleb Williams, like, this is it, man. Like, are you going to make it or not? I think we all know Drake May is definitely the guy in New England. We don't know if it's Caleb Williams. And I think Caleb Williams is as athletically gifted as I have ever seen in a quarterback. But just like Miami J said, dude, 2 years ago, from the neck up, you just don't know. From the neck up, you just don't know. So,
you just said it. It's put up or shut up time. What evidence from college till now have we seen that Caleb Williams can put up?
Holding the ball too long?
Hey, I saw the preseason game where he had complete control of the offense.
Right. And so, and see, here's the thing. This is why, and I think the Chicago Bears used to be one of the worst run franchises in football. How did it go? They got so Matt Nagy was the head coach. They drafted Mitch Trubisky. That didn't work. So they fired Matt Nagy and they bring in who did they bring in after Matt Nagy? They brought Matt Eberflus. Yeah. Right? They bring in Matt, they get rid of Matt they hire Matt Eberflus. Then they get rid of Mitch Trubisky and then they drafted Caleb Williams. Normally what they would do is after they fired Matt Eberflus, they will hire another defensive head coach. They didn't do that this time. They hired Ben Johnson, the best offensive coordinator. Well, one of the best offensive coordinators in football. So yeah, I think the Bears are going to go 7-10 or 10-7. There's no more excuses for Caleb Williams, man. You got weapons, you got a defense, you've got an offensive line, you've got an offensive genius at head coach. Like, brah, at some point, Caleb's going to have to be like, hey, man, it's time to go. So I think it could possibly do it, but I think the Bears make the playoffs. If they don't make the playoffs, if they have a bad year, man, I think we need to start using the B word with Caleb. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. And last but certainly not least, it's everybody's favorite division. That is, of course, the NFC East. Obviously, the NFC East comprises of your defending Super Bowl champion, the Philadelphia Eagles, who we absolutely dump trucked. And by the way, the Eagles have been instrumental in stopping 2 3-peats. We did it once against New England and once against Kansas City. All right, who is your division winner and why?
Can I give my division winner in picks because I need to go?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go Redskins division winner. I will go Redskins 12 wins, Eagles 11 wins, Cowboys 6 wins. I hate how they're constructed. And whenever Jackson Dart gets into the Giants, I think they go on a run. So I'm going to go 8 wins for the Giants.
Okay. All right. Very good. Thanks for stopping in, JBlaze. We'll talk to you, brother.
Blaze,
all right, later.
Blaze, text me your award predictions, player of the year, all that stuff.
All right.
Yes. So he's got the Redskins winning that division, and that's not crazy. What do you? What say you?
I got the same. I got the Redskins winning very, very closely over the Eagles.
Yeah. This is probably going to be sacrosanct. But if I remove my in my opinion, the Eagles should win this division. They are clearly I think they're the best team in the AFC. But I got to tell you, man, Washington is no fucking joke. It would not surprise me if Washington were to win this division. I'm going to pick the Eagles, but we're not going to run away with this division like we did last time. And if it ain't Philadelphia, it's definitely going to be Washington. So my win totals, I think the Eagles are going to have to win 13 games. I think the Redskins also win 13 games, and whoever wins that week 17 matchup, because they play each other, the Redskins and Eagles, they play each other twice the last 3 weeks of the season. That is when that division is going to be decided. And so whoever gets the better of each other in that series, that's going to be your division winner. I think the Cowboys win 5 games. I think the Giants win 8 to 9 games. I think Jackson Dart is absolutely the real deal in New York. I've seen enough.
Yeah, I agree. Dart was definitely the right pick, well over Shedeur Sanders.
Yes.
I will say, I think the Redskins win the division, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if the Eagles did. I do think the number 1 seed comes out of this division.
Woo!
They're
going to be Washington or Philly.
Yeah, I think Washington or Philly will be the number 1 seed.
Okay.
Cowboys, I have no faith in them at all. I don't think they win 5-6 games, maybe.
No, not a chance. They're going to take the L on. They're definitely going to take the L.
I think New York is a wild card, and I don't mean that in the sense of a wild card team that making the playoffs. I just don't think we know much about what the hell's going on down there.
I think they're going to be better. I think New York is going to be better than people think.
Yeah, they'll be better than last year for sure, but we don't know how much better. And last year they were a train wreck. So
they did get Abdul Carter. Okay, he is easily the best defensive player in the draft. They got Jackson Dart. Malik Neighbors is the number 1 receiver on that team, and we all know he is going to be good. And get this, dude, their 2 backup quarterbacks are Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston. You could do a lot worse than those 2 as backup quarterbacks.
I didn't realize that. I didn't put those 2 together. Yeah, Jackson Dart might have a very good situation over there.
I think he's got a very, very good situation. He doesn't have to worry about anybody breathing down his neck. Like, dude, like, you're the first round pick. The job eventually is going to be yours. He can go out there and cut it loose, man. Oh, and also they got the running back, the white kid out of Arizona State, Cam Scatterbo. He's also a really, really, really watch out for that dude. He is really good.
You're kind of selling me on the Giants now.
Yeah, man. I don't think the Giants are not gonna. They're not gonna sneak up. Well, they could sneak up on a few people, but they are going to be better than people think.
Yeah, I agree. I can agree with that. Yeah.
I can't wait till they come to Philly because we're absolutely gonna tar and feather those boys. That's just all there is to it. Okay, let us go to our postseason awards, postseason preseason predictions. What is the first one on the board?
All right, first one we got. Well, let's work our way up to MVP.
Okay,
let's start with Coach of the Year.
Coach of the Year. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put up all NFL 30. All NFL. I'm going to put up all 32 NFL teams. All 32 NFL teams. That way we can sort of get a. Here we go.
By the way, I already made all my picks. So.
Say what now?
All my picks are already written down, so I'm not changing.
Oh, perfect. Okay. All right. So you've already. So you actually did the homework this time around.
I did do the homework.
All right. Let me pull this up here. Bill George has really tough Giants schedule. Absolutely. Okay, there it is. And by the way, the Eagles have the number 4. The strength of schedule is number 4. Bring it the fuck on. I like that we have a tough schedule, man. Yeah. I like that we have a tough schedule. Okay. What's that?
I said I haven't looked at the strength of schedule this year.
Yeah, the strength of schedule for the Eagles is, I think we play like 9 primetime games. Okay, so first one is going to be Coach of the Year. Who is your Coach of the Year?
I got Sean Payton in Denver.
Oh, shit, man.
I know you like that.
Dude, that's a really, shit, man. That's a really, 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 really good one. Do you think Nick Sirianni will ever win Coach of the Year?
No.
I don't think he will.
No, and I don't say that because he's not a good coach. I'm saying that to me, I think to win Coach of the Year, you got to take a team that had no expectations or very low expectations and hella over.
There you go.
That's it. You can't do that with the Eagles unless you go undefeated.
Nope. That's the only way he wins Coach of the Year is if we go undefeated. Now that's and even still, the press hates Nick Sirianni, which is fine.
For some reason, I don't get it, but whatever. By the way, so I'm looking at the strength of schedule chart for the first time here.
Yeah,
Atlanta's sitting pretty.
Where are they at? I know Sam Brandon's number 32.
Fourth easiest in the league. New England too.
They might win 12 games, brah.
New England too, second easiest.
New England second. Yeah, dude, watch out for the Patriots, man. Dude, the Patriots are loaded and they have a shit ton of salary. Oh my God, dude, watch out for New England now. They're going to be really good. Speaking of, all of that said, I think next year, the NFL Coach of the Year is going to be Mike Vrabel. I think Mike Vrabel is going to win Coach of the Year. because he's going to have a second-year quarterback. He's got a really, really young team. He just got out of that situation with Tennessee. And by the way, Mike Vrabel, he got absolutely hosed in Tennessee. His stupid-ass GM picked up the phone when Howie Roseman called him, knowing that's exactly what you don't do. If Howie Roseman is calling you, don't answer the fucking phone. 2.5 hours later, we got A.J. Brown. The very next season, A.J. Brown scores 3 touchdowns against the Titans, and their GM was summarily fired. So my coach of the year next year is going to be Mike Vrabel. We got another one. Somebody says Jim Harbaugh for the Chargers. That's a good shout for sure. Okay, and who's next?
Next, we got, let's do comeback player of the year. I'll go first, I guess. I got Aiden Hutchinson out of Detroit.
Oh, yeah, that's done.
I think that's an easy one, right?
Yeah, that really is an easy one. Yeah. Right. He'll win comeback player of the year.
Do that same here. All right, defensive rookie of the year. You go first.
I'm gonna go Abdul Carter for the Giants, man. He was they're calling him like another Micah Parsons type of person. He's gonna be an unbelievable edge rusher. And this is the crappy part about dominating your division all these years in a row, is that eventually other teams are going to get better. Dude, the Giants are better, the Redskins are better, and the Giants, the Redskins, and just the Giants and the Redskins are better, not the Cowboys. But yeah, man, I think Abdul Carter is going to he's going to win. I think he's going to win Defensive Rookie of the Year. Bill George says he's no Lawrence Taylor. Did you hear about that? How Abdul Carter called up Lawrence Taylor and asked to wear his number. He actually asked Lawrence Taylor to wear the number 56, and Lawrence Taylor said, "Nope.
You don't do that to a retired number." Bro.
No.
Sorry,
no. What the hell was he thinking? Like, look, bro, you're good. You ain't that goddamn good.
I got Abdul Carter. I will give a shout out to Malaki Starks out in Baltimore. I think
Malachi Starks. Yes, that's right. He came to the Eagles.
Yep, I think he might have a. Wait, he's in with the Eagles?
Wait a minute. Wait, I'm getting mixed up. No, he's not.
Malachi Starks is a Baltimore Raven. Am I off my rocker here?
No, you're right. Oh my god, dude! I did not know he went to the fucking Ravens.
Yeah,
bro, he's out there with Marlon Humphrey and Kyle. Oh man, I forgot. Oof.
Yeah, he might have a scary good season.
Yeah, that's gonna be, dude. You know what, man? Malachi Starks might be like,
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see. So I guess what's next is the offensive rookie of the year.
Correct. I got Ashton Genty. I think that's an easy pick.
Ashton Genty is a good one. It's either going to be him or Cam Ward, and I think you're probably right. I think Ashton Genty is going to win offensive rookie of the year. That'll be now Brock Bowers should have won offensive rookie of the year last year.
Agreed.
So that would have been 2 in a row. But yeah, I'll go with Ashton Genty. He was, dude. Like did you see him run over Diamador Lenoir in the preseason game?
I did. That was sick,
bro. He lowered his shoulder. Diamador said, "Yeah." Okay.
Marion Hampton. I think he has an outside shot.
That's a good one.
I love rookie running backs and rookie tight ends, man. Those are the 2 easiest positions to come into the NFL and play.
Yes.
And I think this year the running backs are overloaded with talent. So
I agree, dude. I spot on agree. I think running back and tight end, those are the positions on the field. Running back, tight end, and as well as offensive linemen. I think those are the positions, and actually defensive linemen as well. I think those are the 4. Yeah, those are the 4 positions where you get the quickest return on investment.
Yep, agreed, 100%.
Okay, who is your now? Lorenzo says Emeka Egbuka for offensive rookie of the year. That's another good choice. He's going to be really good.
Notice none of us have taken Travis Hunter for anything yet.
No, not yet. And I think the reason, well, let's talk about that real quick. I was actually talking to Devin about this today. Mm-hmm. If I were Liam Cohen, here's how I would do it with Travis Hunter. I would allow him to play 2 out of every 3 offensive plays and 1 out of every 3 defensive plays. So, for example, if you have 3 plays on a 3 and out, I want Travis Hunter on the field for 2 of those plays, right? Maybe play 1, play 2, maybe play 2, play 3, maybe 1 and 3, 2 out of 3. On defense, I think he should be like a defensive, like a nickelback, like on 3rd and long or something like that. Be like a nickel or a dime or something like that. That way, he doesn't get worn. He can't play both sides of the football, man. Like this ain't college.
That's the thing about him is that even if you give him a pitch count on both sides, there you're not taking full advantage of him and his talent on either side of the football. So, I mean.
And also consider this:
Shohei Ohtani can play every damn play, but
literally,
it's a little bit different. We got to see how that's going to work because we've never really seen a 2-way player in the NFL.
We haven't seen an effective 2-way player,
not in the modern NFL anyway. So
and keep this in mind. Film studies, it's got to be twice as long because now you're looking at the other team's offense and their defense. What's that going to look like? Right. Wow. I think if Travis Hunter, now, if I were Liam Cohen, I would make Travis Hunter a full-time corner. I think Travis Hunter is better defensively than he is offensively, but, you can never say no to points.
I would too, and then bring him in on like 3rd and long and just tell him go long.
Yeah, there you go, because he's one of the fastest players in the league right now.
You don't need to practice that.
No, hell no. Yeah, run a 999 streak or whatever it was on Madden 92.
No, defense.
Okay, defensive player of the year, I'm going Aiden Hutchinson.
Really?
Yep, because he was on his way to being the defensive player of the year before he snapped his leg in Dallas. So I think he wins 2 of these awards. I think not only this, check this out. I think Aiden Hutchinson wins a triple crown of sorts. I think he wins defensive player of the year. I think he wins comeback player of the year. And I think he wins the Walter Payton Man of the Year award.
Interesting. Okay.
I think he does. He does, dude. Like the stuff he does in Detroit and like in and around Michigan. Yeah. There's no way dude, it would be very hard to believe if he wasn't at least in the running for that.
By the way, excuse me for my shagginess. I do definitely need a haircut, but
dude, at least you still have hair, dude. I gotta keep mine low, man.
You gotta keep it tight.
Get like a transplant or something.
I'm going Will Anderson Jr. at Houston.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, that's a fuck, because he's got Daniil Hunter on the other side too, right? Oh,
yeah,
that's a really good.
I like him for a good 13, 14 sacks this year.
Yeah. Oh, you know what, man? Man, that's a really, 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 really good one. I'll stick with Hutchinson, but if he doesn't win it, Will Anderson's definitely going to win it. Wow, that's a really good pick. That's a good one. Okay.
To Offensive Player of the Year.
Let's say that one more time.
Offensive Player of the Year.
Oh, offensive. Let's see. Offensive Player of the Year. So it's Saquon won it last year. Mm-hmm. I think the Offensive Player of the you know what? I think Lamar Jackson is going to win Offensive Player of the Year. I think he's going to win Offensive Player of the Year. He had better numbers, I think, statistically than Josh Allen. I think he threw more touchdowns, fewer interceptions, and of course he's fucking Lamar. This is the way I compare Lamar and Jalen Hurts. Lamar runs like a receiver. Jalen Hurts runs like a running back, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
They're both very good ball carriers, but Jalen has tailback skills, while Lamar Jackson has that elusiveness of a wide receiver.
Jalen will put a shoulder down and try to run a guy over. Yeah.
And Lamar will just make you look stupid and spin move or whatever.
So actually, Jamar.
You've got Jamar Chase. That is a very good one. He won the Triple Crown last year. Yeah, Jamar Chase.
I think, like I said earlier, I think Cincinnati's going to have the top offense in the league this year.
Woo.
And
they're going to have to, bro.
Yep.
They're going to have to, man. Honestly, I think the Bengals are going to score 30 a game.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think they're going
to. So yeah, I got Jamar Chase.
Okay, very good.
And I'll let you go first because this one's my hot take for the year. Who's your MVP?
Jalen Hurts is going to win. Jalen Hurts is going to win the MVP, and it's not necessarily going to be because he will be the most valuable player, but I think his body of work over the last 3 seasons, he's clearly, and look, everyone wants to make a big deal. Why does Jalen Hurts not get the love? I could not care less about whether Jalen Hurts is the 9th best or this. I don't care, because guess who cares the least where Jalen Hurts is ranked? is Jalen Hurts. He doesn't give a shit about that stuff. If Jalen Hurts stays healthy, if he stays upright, I think the narrative around him, having outplayed Mahomes now in 2 Super Bowls, he's been to the playoffs every year. He's been a starter, including that one terrible year he had. I think Jalen will probably win the MVP as sort of like a lifetime achievement award. They'll be like, okay, you know what? We keep shitting on this kid. He's outplayed the best quarterback of our generation twice in 2 Super Bowls. Absolutely just destroyed Kansas City again. He is likely going to win his division again. He'll probably be in the playoffs. So I think it'll be Jalen, but not because he will be the MVP, but because of the narrative.
I can see that. I like that. I like that pick. But my hot take for the year, you're going to like this one. My MVP this year is going to be Bo Nix. Denver.
Bo Nix!
I think he's going to have a breakout year. I think he might lead the NFL in yards. With the caveat of Joe Burrow.
Oh, yes.
But I think those two are going to be battling it all year. I think
Joe
that's
Burrow's
going to be
going
a fun race to watch.
Joe Burrow is going to
be.
Man.
He led the Broncos to their first division championship in God knows how long.
Woo! Whoa, Nix. I love it.
I got Bo Nix as my MVP.
Bo Nix is more physically gifted than Drew Brees ever was in Drew Brees' prime. And now he has the older, wiser, more experienced Sean Payton, who couldn't get Russell Wilson out of town fast enough. Man, I like that pick a lot. That's actually a good one. Wow, Bo fucking Nix. Dude, I love it. Let's go. That's actually not crazy, man. I actually kind of like that because I think he is going to light it up, man. I really do.
Yeah, I think he is. It's what this is.
Okay, it's the Super Bowl picks.
Oh yeah, Super Bowl picks. Let's do those. Actually, let's do this first. Let's do a dark horse Super Bowl pick, like a dark horse team that will just make it. Then we'll do our Super Bowl.
Okay. My dark horse out of the AFC is the Denver Broncos. I think they went into Buffalo, they got trounced, but dude, everybody's gonna be a year older and a year smarter. I think my dark horse Super Bowl pick in the NFC is Washington. I would say LA, but because everyone is expecting, LA to, I guess supplant the Eagles, but I don't think so. I think if it's not the Eagles, it's definitely going to be the Redskins.
Okay. I actually like that pick a lot of the Redskins. I didn't think about them, but I do like my pick still. I got the Broncos out of the AFC also, but I got the Falcons out of the NFC.
Ooh!
I think they might surprise
Super Bowl 32, I think, or 33.
Something like that, yeah. I think they actually have some very, very key pieces in place. I think they might have the running game, they have the tight end, they have a couple of receivers.
Yep.
If Michael Penix Jr. can go in there and light it up, I think the Falcons might be a sneakily good team.
Wow, fair enough. So my real Super Bowl pick, I'm going Eagles Bills. I don't really, and here's the thing.
Who over who? Who wins?
Probably Buffalo.
So Bills over the Eagles.
Yeah, I think the Bills beat the Eagles because I think now if the Bills had played the Eagles this year, I think the Eagles would have won, but I think the Bills are hungry. If they find a way to conquer Mount Mahomes, it's almost like back in 2004 when the Yankees and the Red Sox played in the American League Championship Series, where the Red Sox were down 0-3 and they came back to beat the Yankees for the first time ever. We all knew they were going to beat the Cardinals in the World Series. Like, dude, if you can come back from 0-3 down to beat the Cardinals, to beat the Red Sox, you're going to, and then they ended up sweeping the Cardinals. They actually won 8 games in a row in the playoffs. I think that's the way it is. I think that's going to kind of be the way it is with the Bills and the Eagles. I think because the Eagles will have been to two, this will be their 3rd Super Bowl appearance in the last, 4 seasons. Buffalo is tired of getting beat by Mahomes. We're finally here. Let's fucking get this done. So I think the Bills will be the hungrier team.
All right. So you got the Bills over the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I got the Lions over the Bills.
Wow. The Lions over the Bills. How about that?
I don't think the Bills get over the hump of never having won one, but I kept trying to think to myself, who in the AFC can challenge Buffalo? And I don't see anybody that can go in January into Buffalo in 2 feet of snow with a defense and a running game good enough to beat them.
The only team conceivably that could possibly do that is Baltimore.
Yeah, Baltimore, maybe. But I don't think they're strong enough this year.
No, thank God they got Malachi Starks.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. It's going to be a good defense. They're going to be a good playoff team. But I don't.
Yeah. That makes. I like that.
I don't think they're going to be good enough to overcome the conditions in a January night Buffalo night game.
And that crowd is absolutely. You know what? You're right, man. I'm looking at the teams. I don't really see. The only team I can see that could maybe push the Bills is possibly Baltimore, and they're not going to play unless they're in the playoffs.
Yeah,
So
the only way that I see right now, mind you, it's way too early. The only way Buffalo doesn't reach the Super Bowl is if they're not the number 1 seed.
So you think
Buffalo, if the playoffs go through Buffalo in January,
they'll get it.
Real advantage, forget it.
Okay. Yeah, I think the Bills get the number 1. I think they definitely get the number 1 seed in the AFC. I think the Ravens are probably going to get the 2 seed. So if there is an AFC title game, it would have to be Buffalo at home versus Baltimore. That'll be a fantastic game, by the way. Holy shit, what a game that would be. But I agree with you. I give Buffalo the edge because they're at home.
Yeah. I think, look, the Final Four in the AFC is going to be crazy. It's going to be Buffalo, the Ravens, maybe probably the Bengals, and throw the Texans in there. Why
maybe
not?
Denver. Oh yeah, the Texans. Yeah.
All cold weather places except the Texans. But Denver, Cincinnati, Baltimore, and Buffalo, it's a ton of snow.
Cold weather teams always do better in the playoffs, man. Yeah. Always do better. Dude, the Eagles were a cold weather team because dude, playing in fucking Philadelphia in January. Oh God, yeah.
Anywhere, but here's the thing: Buffalo has the 2 added advantages of the crowd that I don't think, honestly, anybody can match that fan base in Buffalo.
No way.
And 2, the snow. You get a little bit of snow over there, it piles on.
Changes everything, yeah.
And it changes everything. And Buffalo loves playing in those conditions.
Yes, they do. And they got Joey Bosa. So that's going to be. So they essentially replaced Von Miller. Okay, man. I think we can wrap it up here, man. We got it done in a tidy 2 hours and 11 minutes. You are now at your 5 o'clock. Your 5 o'clock hard stop, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in to the Chop Block Sports Talk. We will be live streaming the fantasy draft again. If you want to get into the fantasy league, we got 5 spots left. I'm going to be announcing it again today. I'm going to put up some social media posts. Email mia305.j@gmail.com. Make sure you put TSR Fantasy League in all caps in the subject line, and Miami J will get you into that league.
The next 5 that email me are the 5 that are getting in.
That's it. It's the next 5. The next 5. We don't play.
We don't discriminate. We don't play.
No, we do not discriminate. We do not discriminate. All right. Listen, dude, thanks for giving us 2 hours of your time, Miami J, and we'll see you on the next one, brother.
Looking forward to the rest of the season, bro.